Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So since the last episode, I have done a bit of work, as you can tell. I started laying out the windows and doing some of that stuff. So on the outside, we have runestone. They are the window mullions from Architecture Craft. So just kind of started shaping up a little bit of the outside. Some of it I'm actually waiting for abyssalcraft. And then I laid this out. A lot of these blocks are going to change once we get a little bit farther in abyssalcraft. So I spent a bit of time with that. Downstairs, if you saw my caption on the last episode during the video, I needed a lot of reinforced obsidian. So what I did was I actually ended up crafting an enrichment chamber. If you recall, I talked about these a bit back. And what we can do is, for example, we could run, let me go grab some real quick, obsidian dust right here. That's what we're going to get. And basically I made that. It was a little bit to craft it. If you recall, we crafted the original chamber before. I mean, it takes a bit, but if we throw a diamond in there, for example, it's going to start running, and we're going to get a compressed diamond. And it's just a way to make, like, reinforced obsidian. I need quite a bit of that, right? So it's a way to make that a whole lot cheaper. So compressed diamond. And now, instead of using 1 diamond per reinforced obsidian, I can just throw in that, and it gives us 80 diamonds, or 80 diamond count. That's going to make 8 reinforced obsidian. So it's way cheaper on diamonds. I mean, you still use the same amount of obsidian dust, but obsidian dust is 4 per obsidian block, so it's super cheap. So, went ahead and crafted that up, and I crafted up a set of obsidian, the reinforced obsidian armor from Mechanism. And I went ahead and enchanted it. So on the helmet we have protection 4, flim flam 1, and this is basically pretty much all just vanilla enchantment table, except for one thing on the legs. On the legs we got Unbreaking 3, Soulbound, and then we had a Blast Protection 4 book, and so I just stuck that on the legs. And then on the boots we have Protection 4, Soulbound, Unbreaking 3, and Depth Strider 3. I was pretty happy with that one. It turned out pretty good, to say the least. And then I did a few other upgrades. First up, I got a brewing stand here with potions of regen for us to use today. And then I crafted an angelic feather from Reliquary. This is fairly cheap, actually. It's not really adjusted in this pack. And it prevents fall damage, and instead just takes a little bit of hunger to prevent all fall damage. And then, in addition, I've laid something out here, a hunter's handgun from Reliquary. Not terribly expensive. I did have to pop into the end a couple times to get nebulous hearts for that, as well as the angelic feather, but not a problem. We'll go ahead and grab that. And what we're going to make is we're going to make some bullets for it. And I'm not going to get into like enchanting them and all that because, I don't know, it's quite involved, especially when you're mass producing bullets. And honestly, the bullet I want is just the seeker shot. Seeks its targets. Because when we're flying around shooting at like dragons and stuff like that, I would like to have something that auto-seeks. Just because it would make it a little bit easier. And honestly, I mean, there's some nice things here. The ender shot's fairly good. Concussive shot, buster shot is really, really nice. But this thing does require catalyzing glands. So, eh. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to make seeker shots. Lapis, gold nuggets, and gunpowder. Not a problem. And we're going to make up quite a bit of this. If you notice, I have 54 empty magazines. So we are quite good on that. I also spent some time grinding wither skulls and some different things like that between episodes as well. Oh, I'm out of gold nuggets. That's fine. I've got more gold up here. I just haven't moved it all around. It's kind of nice, no more like bouncing. So those days are over. Okay, so seeker shots. Let's go ahead and get, there is 8 stacks of seeker shots. And then all we have to do is the, let's see, seeker. I want seeker magazines. These right here. So there is 54 full seeker magazines. And I imagine that's going to last us for quite a while, in truth. So these extras I'm just going to dump into there. I guess I could go ahead and craft up some more magazines. They're not terribly expensive. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. We'll get some stone. And then we just need some glass. empty magazines. We're going to get 10 of those. And there we go. There's a full stack of Seeker magazines. And each Seeker magazine has 8 shots in it. So we have a lot of shots with the Hunter's handgun. And it's quite an effective weapon. Especially, like, basically, the higher level you are, up to level 20 XP level, the faster it's going to reload, the better fire rate you're going to have, all this different stuff. Like, actually, if you take a look here, it tells... recoil, knockback, reload speed, and fire rate are based on your level. At level 20, you are considered maxed. Okay? So right now, we're maxed level with the Hunter's handgun. So, it actually worked out well, because I was using Solidified Experience to get to level 30 in Enchant, and then I had like 28 levels, and then I applied that book, which was 8 levels, and it came out to be just right for what we needed. Okay, and then aside from that, I did a little bit of miscellaneous building and working around in here, but gearing up was the main focus since last episode. So, alright, so today we are going to continue our work with the spawner changer, and our first goal is going to be spawning a wither and killing said wither. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cheese it. It's modded Minecraft, we're going to cheese the wither. So what I want to craft is a wand, right, from Astral Sorcery, the Illumination Wand, this right here. It requires 2 rock crystals, and then we're going to need one of those aquamarines, like one of these, the resonating gems, I mean. And then I picked out, I want to use, yeah, these 2. These have the lower purity, so I want to use those, because the stats on this they don't matter at all. So, go ahead and grab this stuff out. So we'll put rock crystals right in there, resonating gem, and then we're going to need 2 ruined marble and an illumination powder. I should put this stuff away here. I don't have any ruined marble over here. And then we're also going to need 2 stardust, which I think is down there. I think I still have stardust left. I would think so. Well, if not, I got star metal, which will do just as well. Alright, do I have any ruined marble? Yes, I do. I have 2 pieces. What do you know? Alright, so the ruined marble goes right there, and then all we gotta do is just take our star metal, and we'll grind that down real quick. It's crazy how cheap this wand is, considering how OP it is. Like, it is very OP. We need more starlight. We may not have enough starlight for that. Oh, do we want to get... Let me see, because we could get into making our own rock crystals. Like starlight gathering. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to get into that today? Or do I just want to, like, summon the wither and just go for it? Honestly, I think I'm just going to summon the wither and just go for it, like, legit then. We're going to get back into Astral Sorcery, but if we get into that today, I know we're going to end up spending like the whole episode doing that, and I really want to get into abyssalcraft today, so we'll do that then. And do I want to get some buckets of milk? I think I do, just in case. Just to be on the safe side. Do I have some buckets on me? No. Okay. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and I bumped up the damage of the sword. I can't remember if I mentioned that. It's now, it's refined obsidian now instead of being manulan, because refined obsidian is more damage, and we had tons of refined obsidian. So, I figured, why not? Why not? Let me go find a cow real quick, and we're going to fly out and go summon the wither. And usually I summon him underground just because it makes life, it tends to make life a little bit easier. Not like super deep underground, but just kind of like in a cave area or something. Okay. Wow, that took a long time to find a cow. Okay, there we go. We got some milk, buckets of milk. And right over here looks good. Right down in here. So let's just throw this guy down. Let's see, let me get some torches here. I don't know what's on the other side of this. Okay, yeah, right back here looks good. Looks great, in fact. Alright. Go ahead and remove some of this stuff. And we'll put him right in here. So, that. And That. There we go. Time for the wither. And there he goes. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna... Well, I cannot see anything right now. Ah! Okay. I probably should have summoned him outside, actually, because I tend to have really good luck if I just, like, fly around him, because I can't see anything right now. Looks like there's the exit, actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm just kind of getting my health back here. Yeah, I totally should have summoned him above ground, I think. Okay. There we go. And we got our nether star. It was not as smooth as I would have liked it to be, but that's okay. That is a-okay. Alright, so now, what I want to do, since we've got that, let me put this stuff away. Let me go dump my inventory out. And what I would like to do is, see, we were wanting to make the drop of evil, right? This thing right here. Yeah. We need to make ourselves an enchanter, which is mana diamond, stone burnt, an enchanted book, some mana diamonds. Okay. It's not terrible. Not terrible at all. So let's get 2 of those. And then let's see, we're going to need 4 iron, 4 redstone, oak wood, and that way we can get the machine block. And then the miscellaneous, let's see, I need 3 stone burnt. I've got more than that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've got 25 on me. I was about to say, I was like, I know I've got at least like 20 something. Alright, and then we'll get ourselves a couple mana diamonds. So let's get... Oh, well, that doesn't count. Probably because it has multiple things. Okay, I'm going to get the smite 4 then. That's fine. Not that worried about it. And it still won't work. That's cool. Maybe if I just enchant a book then. Still can't craft it. Oh, you know what though? I probably just can't shift it in. Maybe so. Okay, yeah, I was just derping. Jiddu me. Okay, so there's our enchanter, and then I'm going to need 8 iron. Yeah, it requires a full set of nearby bookshelves, is all that it requires. Or power boosting things. So we'll set it right there, and... Okay, tell you what, I'm going to steal this energy cube for just a minute. Just so that I can get some power in this thing. So we'll set the enchanter right there, and then our energy cell, nether star, and 8 iron. There we go. Okay, I had to put it in place of where the enchanter was. My bad. And there we go. We'll get that thing running. It's going to take just a second to craft it for us. Alright, so we're going to need 3 obsidian dust. And I've got the diamonds and emeralds crushing up. And we should be all set. And spawner shards we're good on. So we've got those. Actually, throw this into there. Let that cook up. There's that. There's that. And then this, let's get our corrupted essence. And then we just need our spawner shard, which was in assorted junk. We have 1 of those left, which is great. And then evil infused iron ingots. Those are done. So I just need 1 of those. And, oh yeah, I was making Enderium base. That. And we'll get that running. And then we'll get our drop of evil. At long last. And then we can use our spawner changer. I cannot believe I died on the wither. Like, I should have just summoned him outside. Usually I summon him in like a cave or something if I don't have flight. And I don't know what I was thinking. Why I summoned him there, but... Alright, drop of evil. Alright. So now what we need to do is we need to go to the... I guess we'll go to the nether. Because there's a blaze spawner. I think it'll be quicker to find a spawner here. There's that one in the nether fortress. I'll use that one. I hear a ghast. And I would really like to... Oh, there's one other thing I forgot to show you guys that I added in between episodes. I'll show it to you whenever we get back up there. But I want to kill those ghasts if I can find them. I killed a few between episodes because I'm trying to stock up on ghast tears because I want to upgrade our Steve's Cart's cart. This sword's like a monster now. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to right-click that and we're going to change the spawner type to shadow beasts. Okay, and it looks like it's about to spawn. I'm actually going to let it spawn some shadow beasts here. That's fine. There we go, and... Did I get any shadow gems? Oh, we got 3. Well, I think I already had those, though. And how many of these did we need? Like, a bunch, I think? Hey. Oh, there's 10. Okay, we were wanting to make the thing that we were wanting to make, right? Okay, Shard of Oblivion. Yeah, we're going to need 4 of those in total. So let me grind up 6 more of these shadow gems. Shouldn't take very long. And then we're going to take the spawner back with us with our drop of evil. That's why I brought that. It's just so we could move it. I mean, I guess technically we could have done this from the get-go and not even had to get the drop of evil, but it's just quite handy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the drop of evil, we're going to shift right click that spawner, and we get a redisturbed mob spawner. And then let's just head back home. And then what we can do is we can take this redisturbed mob spawner and set it up somewhere. And I don't necessarily need it right this second, but I am going to go ahead and set it up. And that's so... I know Sveard's wanting to work on abyssalcraft before long. So, Sveard, if you want to use this, you can. For shadow beasts. Just makes it a bit easier on us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. It has to be dark. So I'm just going to put it back in here, I think. Well, that's my elevator system. I'll put it over here. So I'll tell you what, for right now, we're going to set it up down here. In just kind of a little temporary room. Alright, so we'll just set it right in there. And then we'll kind of block this off a little bit. And I tell you what, we could put speed upgrades in it. Didn't we get a magical speed upgrade before? I think we did. For like a quest reward, right? It may have actually spawned up there, but like if I just left it alone for a little bit. Yeah, we've got a magical speed upgrade. We're going to put that in there. Just so it makes shadow beasts, so if we need more, we've got access to more of them. Oh, yeah, see, there we go. Man, he gave me a beating there. Ah. Those guys hit so hard. They really, really do. And I mean, we're wearing like halfway decent armor right now. Now, granted, I'm not wearing a chest piece, but even still. Because like, I don't know why that the one thing's not working. Like turning it into the armored version, it does not work, so. Well, those magical ones don't really provide like a whole lot of speed increase, but anyways, it's working, so yeah, it's there if anybody wants to use it. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead, now that we've got that stuff, I'm just going to put this drop of evil into my bag. We've got that for future spawners and spawner changers and all that good stuff. The next thing that I want to do, let me actually let me get a little bit more solidified XP, because I want to make sure I'm level 20 just for our hunter's handgun. I need to make an experience obelisk at some point. Alright, so for the Oblivion Catalyst, this is what we want to make. We're going to need 4 of these Shards of Oblivion. So our Transmutation Core, let's go ahead and grab that. And let's do this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then we're also going to want 4 redstone and an Eye of Ender. So there we go. Okay. Alright, we are all set now. So let's head on up. And let me pull out the Necronomicon. We're going to put the Eye of Ender in there. Then we've got our 4 Shards of Oblivion. And then our 4 redstone. There we go. And then if we take a look at this, it says right here, sacrifice required. Basically, it means we have to put something in this circle that's going to be sacrificed. It doesn't really matter what it is. In this case, I'm just going to go grab like an animal or something. It can be a monster, but generally just a passive animal is perfectly fine. Okay, there's a sheep down here. And let's do that, and then shift right click, and it takes the sacrifice. And there we go. There we go. There's our Oblivion Catalyst. Okay. So now we are all set. So into the Abyss, Oblivion Catalyst, Manual Detect. We get redstone, and then we get to pick either a Shard of Oblivion or Eye of Ender. I'm going to take the Shard of Oblivion, of course. And then Portal to the Abyssal Wastelands, the Gateway Key. Now we can craft this thing. So that is right here, Gateway Key. And we're going to need 2 Corellium Pearls and 2 Blaze Rods. Alright, well I've got 1 Corellium Pearl right there. And we're going to need 1 more of those. Okay, so let's get our 3 Corellium Gem Clusters and our stone. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to need 2 Blaze Rods. Let me go ahead and grab those. There we go. And now we're all set to make our Gateway Key. So 2 Corellium, Oblivion Catalyst, 2 Blaze Rods, and there's our Gateway Key. The Undead Key achievement. And we get a Corellium Pearl as the reward. Okay, so now, let's see. Corellium Pickaxe. Don't we have one of those lying around? From a quest or from a chest or something? No, we have an Abyssal Knight pick. Okay. Well, they want us to get a Power Stone Tracker and a Refined Corellium Pickaxe. Corellium Pickaxe. Let's see, there's the Liquefied Corellium ore. I'm probably just going to wait and get the Corellium that we need in our first dimension, I think would be the best way to do it. And then for the Power Stone Tracker, this is Corellium around an Eye of Ender. Well, luckily I got a bit extra of these, so that's not a problem. And... oh, whoops, Eye of Ender, not... not just a regular Ender Pearl. Okay, so there we go, Eye of Ender, and there is our Power Stone Trackers. Now, I'm not going to be using those the first time we go in there, because I'm going to be trying to get that refined Corellium that we need. But I still want to go ahead and make those. So we get to pick either an Eye of Ender or 8 Corellium. We're going to take the Corellium, naturally. And I think we're all set now. I'm going to put this stuff away because I don't need that. I don't need that. Oh, and this enchantment table. I'm just going to go set this up right here. And I should probably fix this back. I should probably do that. So I think we're ready to set out. And the first quest they want us to do, every 100 Abyssal Wasteland energy you collect with the Staff of Rending will produce an Abyssal Wasteland Essence. You'll need to make 8 of these to progress. But this HQM is nice enough to reward you the last 2 if you put in the effort for 6 of them. Put on some good music and get to work. Yeah, that's really, really grindy, actually. It really, really is. What do we use? Because a lot of times you can actually skip that, but I'm curious what that's used for in this pack. The Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. Okay, that's to make our next Necronomicon is what it is. Yeah, this right here. Okay, so, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pop on in, and then I'm going to grind that up between episodes, because it's terrible. It really, really is. So, we're going to put our portal down, like, right here. No, not right there. You can actually use this for grinding Abyssal Stone. Okay, let's put it right here. Yeah, that's what I want. I want it right there in between the mana pools. And that should be good. I'll probably end up moving it, but I mean, this has no durability. You can move it as much as you want. You'll notice it says infinite uses, so you just keep on moving it. Okay, so let's go ahead and step on in, and this dimension is fun times, I promise. And we got the Welcome to the Wasteland achievement. Oops. Okay, now one thing I am going to do here is let me grab some torches. And let me grab my shovel. I hear something. Okay. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make our portal area like semi-safe. And I say semi because there's flying mobs here. They're big dragons. And you're not going to be able to make it safe from them because they fly through everything. But it's actually not that bad. Like, normally there's mobs for days in this place. But there's actually not many mobs. You look on the map and there's barely anything. Like, I'm used to coming through that portal and just getting swarmed down. Okay. There we go. So whenever we step through the portal, we're like right in here. And I could just stand here and like kill these guys. Like, it's relatively safe. So what I want to do is I want to head down. And we're going to see if we can find some of that liquefied corellium. Alright, because we can actually mine that stuff up, and it's a whole lot easier to make it that way than farming up all that corellium they want us to get. So, and honestly, I think our pick could mine the power stone, but I could be wrong. I know, actually, no, I don't think we can, because some of the abyssalcraft stuff requires, like, pretty much requires abyssalcraft tools, and I'm pretty sure that's probably one of them. Alright, so this liquefied corellium, it's down at the bottom. Like like diamond, basically. So let's just mine on down here. But we're getting a nice amount of this abyssal cobblestone. So, which is kind of like a green tinted, like, dark stone. Okay, there's some. See how much easier that is to get than having to go mine up all that corellium? Because, like, this stuff, you smelt it, you get 1. If we were to make this stuff, we get 2, but it requires 9s all the way around. And you have to come here anyways to get abyssal stone, or at least get the gate key. So it's really, I don't think it's worth doing that when you can just come here. And honestly, not very long, you'll come across the stuff you need. You'll also get some of these like vanilla ores. But oh, and then there's these corellium clusters, and they actually cluster here. So if you take a look here, I just got 18. So it's a whole lot easier now to get corellium than it was. That's why I kind of was like not wanting to mine more than I had to for the most part. But I think I have like 20 something. I mined a little bit while I was over there, but not a whole lot. And there's some more liquefied corellium. That's great. Okay, so we've got ourselves 4 of that, which is fine. That's enough to make our pick. It's a good starting point. Alright, so let's head up. And we're going to pop back to the overworld, and we're going to make our pick real quick. And we'll get our refined corellium, and I tell you what, all this abyssal cobblestone, I'm going to have to put this in a storage drawer somewhere. There we go. Just clean out the inventory here a little bit, and a couple sticks. And there we go. Refined corellium pickaxe. And we'll turn that quest in. We get a piece of refined corellium. And then we need to go get the abyssal. We need to go to the abyssal stronghold and get a Dreadlands infused power stone using that pickaxe. And technically, well, I've got the abyssal knight pick. I can't remember. Is that one better? No, I don't think so, actually. Abyssal knight's the overworld version. All right. Well, that's why we made these power stone trackers right here. So let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to go ahead and get our... We're going to go ahead and go to the stronghold real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw these, and it's just like finding an ender portal. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to throw another one actually, but that's fine. Looks like maybe that one shattered. So it's off in this direction. So we're going to start heading over here, and there are these little structures. And oh, there's a dragon. These guys kind of seem to be immune to my gun. That's fine. They don't do that much damage. There we go. Okay, so there's these little structures here, and they spawn around the world. And if you take a look, I mean, generally they have pretty good stuff in them. Like, there's 32 iridium shards. We got some shadow gem stuff. some capacitors. And if you break that open, there's a little structure down in here. And there we go. We got some crystallized zinc and a transmutation gem. That will come in handy later. That will come in very, very handy. Those little buildings are so nice to find. As you can tell, they're so good. And they tend to spawn like all over the place. Alright, let's check another one of these gems and see. Yeah, we're still headed this way. And honestly, the 4 you craft, generally that's enough to find your first stronghold. And there's not a whole lot of reason to find more than one, but if you want to, you can. We might actually find more than one just so we can use those little statues as decor. There's another one of those structures. Oh, there's another one right there. I'll probably come here and do a bit of loot hunting, to say the least, because generally, I know we're going to need a lot of that iridium, I think, later on. So, yeah, nothing really in there that I want. I'm not too worried about those capacitors, in truth. Abyssal helmet, nothing really in here either. Alright, what about this one then? Okay, there's some more iridium shards. I'll take those. And abyssal night, And we got another little structure here. What do we got here? Lime rune, some mana steel. I will take that. And I'll take this iridium too. Alright, I'm going to have to deal with that dragon here pretty quickly. These guys like send you flying sometimes. And they're giving me Corellium Plague. So, just a heads up, they do give you that debuff. Okay, now I was headed off in this direction, right? Yeah. Okay, it's back over in here somewhere. We passed it. Okay, it's right in here. In fact... And of course I've got a bunch of mobs. Which is great. Oh, quit giving me Corellium Plague. I tell you what though, while we're here, let me grab a bucket. And this stuff, I want to grab just a bucket of that. Because we're going to need it later on, and it's actually for a quest too. So, you guys, I'll jump in here and just slow you down. This stuff's quite useful for trapping the mobs. And apparently we did something. I don't know what it is, but we did something. Alright, so we're just digging down somewhere down in here. There we go. We just found our structure that we're looking for. And you kind of got to wander around in here a little bit. Just like a stronghold, basically. I hate strongholds sometimes. Because you're like searching forever to try to find the little central chamber area. And by the way, if I didn't mention it, zombies and the corrupted zombies will fight, so just a heads up on that. Nothing back here, of course. Okay, finally found it. In the very center of this place. Oops. And let's see, can this cannot break it. Okay, so we're going to have to use the refined Corellium pickaxe. It is separate. I was thinking abyssalcraft maybe had it all separate, but... Alright, so let's grab this. Take a minute to mine it. And we got, now that's one odd rock achievement. Alright, so that completes this quest. Okay, then we also got this quest here to get the liquid Corellium bucket. We've already completed that. We grabbed that. So we're going to have to work on summoning Asgaard, which is our first boss. So we're going to have to work on this Abyssal Wasteland essence. I'm going to show you how you get this. I'm going to grind it up off camera because it's pretty horrid, honestly. Let me make a little space here. Okay, so the Staff of Rending that we made last episode, that's what we need. And let me just go up here. So now we're up out of here. And what we have to do is we have to take the Staff of Rending and just right-click mobs. Okay? Now you'll notice it's barely doing any damage, like half a heart, roughly. You have to watch out because all these mobs give you Corellium Plague. And the worst thing is there's upgraded Staffs of Rending. And they're all just as bad. And then eventually, okay, we've killed him off. And if you take a look at the staff of rending, you can see we have abyssal wasteland energy there at the top. We have 27 out of 100. Okay, so let me do a few more of these. It's pretty awful, honestly, because we need to grind up 6 of these things. So we have to click mobs 600 times. And the worst thing is, oh, you can hold right click. Okay, well, at least there's that, I guess. Okay, we are 99 out of 100. Awesome. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose those items. And let me dump off that rotten flesh. And let's go right click one more time. And we should have... maybe we have to do it one more time. There we go. Okay, so we got our very first Abyssal Wasteland Essence. Now we just have to repeat it 5 more times to get the 6 that we need to turn in the quest. Well, let's see here. Yeah, to turn in the quest we need 6, and then we get 2 more, and then we can craft this. So the next Necronomicon requires 8 of these skins of the Abyssal Wasteland. So we're going to need 8 Corellium Plagued flesh, gosh, I cannot speak, and the Abyssal Wasteland Essence per skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. Okay, so I'm going to grind that stuff off camera because it's pretty awful, like I said. And then next episode, when we come back, I'll have that, and then we'll fight the first boss of abyssalcraft. And I went ahead and warped on home because I need to charge up my jetpack and dump off all this stuff because my inventory is so filled right now. But there's our first skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. So, but what I wanted to show you before we end out the episode is one thing I forgot to show you guys. Right over here, I set up a mechanical crafter, and I changed all this over for item conduits. The mechanical crafter is overflow. So you can see right here, this is priority 0, and then feeding into the drawer controller is a priority of 1. So any excess wood that we produce gets sent here to make sticks. Okay, and I went ahead and added 2 additional compacting drawers. So this one is making up to quadruple, and this one's making up to sextuple compressed sticks. So that way we could start kind of building that up, because we are going to need a couple of those sticks for our ATM stars that we're going to have to make. So I think just like 2 of them, but still. Oh, I got a creeper. It's probably spawning from that mob farm, honestly. There you go. Or this little dark room. I should probably put a door on it, right? Tell you what, we got this iron door. There we go. Because I don't think there's anywhere else that they could spawn. I think it's just there. Yeah. So I'll craft a button and put on that, or a lever or something. Probably a lever. But yeah, so I know it's wrapping up point for this episode. So like I said, next episode we'll fight Asura. We'll get this, we'll fight Asura, and we'll go into the next dimension. And then, yeah. And then after that dimension, we're at the final dimension. So, which is Omathal, which the quest stopped there, but they resume pretty much right here. Because we need to go there to get crystal clusters. So, and we also need to go there to get that Ethaxium stone that we need to make our Hellfire Forge. So, yay. So, anyways, chances are, depending on, let me see, the Necronomicon, I gotta make that again. See, I gotta do the Staff of Rending again, and then I have to do it again for the Omathal Necronomicon. It's pretty terrible. It really, really is. And I don't know for sure if... yeah, it looks like they're not going to give us 2 anymore. They only give us 2 for like the first one. So we got to grind up all 8 of them. Fun times. So, anyways, we might get to Omathal next episode, like the final, the 3rd dimension. We'll see. We shall see, because the 2nd dimension shouldn't take us too long to get through. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.